All right, we are going to be doing turbidity next. This is the tube that we're going to be using, and you'll notice there are graduations in centimeters going up, increasing to the top. There is also a tube on here and a little stopper which releases water when you squeeze these two together. There is a pattern on the bottom here, which if you look through the tube, you'll be able to see the pattern. We are going to fill this up with water, and this measures how much silt and turbidity there is in the water itself. So we are going to fill the tube up. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can fill it up directly, or my preferred method is to actually have a container and fill it up. I'll usually have benthic invertebrate tubs that we usually collect the benthic invertebrates in. After we're done with that, we'll measure turbidity, and you can actually use one of the corners just to fill this up. That said, I don't have one of those right now, so I'm just going to fill this up directly to the top. Now, it's very important when you're sampling that you make sure that you're not stirring anything up off of the bottom, because that will artificially increase the amount of turbidity. So if you look down, you can actually see the pattern. So if there's a lot of silt, you won't see the pattern. So this is actually above 55-60 centimeters, the turbidity here, which is actually very good. But let's stir things up and see if we can get a artificially increased value, just to show you what it might be in some other ponds or streams that you might be in. So by pouring things out, I actually stirred up things quite a bit. So I'm going to try this one more time. And you can see it's stirred up right now. It is visibly darker, and if you look down the bottom, we can no longer see the pattern. So we're going to release some of this water until we don't see any more. We can see the pattern again. So I'm going to release the water here and bring this a little bit closer. It's going down. Still can't see the pattern. When it starts to be visible, that's when we'll stop. And it's taken a while here. Oh, there it is. You can see it's starting to, the pattern starting to be visible, and we'll read it over here. The value, we are at 10 centimeters, which is not so good. So you can see just that act of stirring things up on the bottom, just by even pouring the water out, was able to make the water silty enough that it got to a value that is not so good. So making sure that it's in the undisturbed area is key to getting accurate results. But that is how to use turbidity. As you can see over here, there's some dirt on the bottom, so making sure that you clean it after use is good. You'll notice the dirt is now gone, which is good. Making sure it's air dried so that there's no algae or buildup that happens. I would flush it with good water once you're back. That said, if you're using it the next day, a simple rinse with some nice water is totally fine. But if there's debris that gets in here, make sure you rinse that out, including in the tube itself.